Well, I know I'm not the only one who wants some Young Justice news. Where is Season 5? We've all been asking this question since Young Justice Phantom's finished up, and we've gotten lots of interesting news and details, but no order for a new season. Let's take a couple minutes to break down everything we know about a potential Season 5, all the new news, and where James Gunn himself has dropped a couple of very interesting hints. Well, as many of you know, we're huge fans of Young Justice on this channel. So before we dive into this full breakdown, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and don't miss any of the updates. And also make sure you check out our line of Young Justice Stay Whelmed merch. Well, as many of you know, we are all anticipating a potential Season 5 for Young Justice. We haven't had any new news since the new DC Studios was taken over by James Gunn and Peter Safran. But there have been lots of interesting tidbits, and I thought we could collect them in one place and talk about everything we know about Season 5 as of now. Now, to be perfectly clear, the show has not, I repeat, not been cancelled. It's just not been renewed. Previously, HBO Max only ordered Season 4, and there was no follow-up order for that project. Now, this is obviously not great news, but you have to consider all the things that have happened in this time frame. Warner Brothers became Warner Brothers Discovery, and even since then, the DC properties have been revamped into DC Studios, meaning these things are probably on the shelf, but not necessarily dead. Now, the good news is James Gunn has made it super clear individual projects that aren't in the DCU timeline could live on. He was specifically talking about Harley Quinn, but this absolutely applies to Young Justice. This is probably some of the best news that he's given us because it means things existing outside of that timeline will go on, and if that wasn't the case, Young Justice would simply be done. We've also heard reports of the possibility of DC shows showing up on Amazon, which would be epic and a great place for Young Justice to potentially land. We actually did a full report on that. It should be linked down below. Now, one of the main questions though is whether James Gunn is really aware of the series. I actually haven't seen him respond to any of the Renew Young Justice tweets or any Young Justice questions as of today. But he did recently confirm that several animated series, specifically Young Justice and the classic Justice League Unlimited cartoon, were part of the inspiration for the DC Studios' new 10-year plan. Now, to me, this suggests that he not only likes those shows, but he respects them. And I don't think there's anything more important in getting a reorder than having the general respect of the guy running the show. James Gunn is clearly steering the ship, and having him on board for potential new season is absolutely key. Now, as of the time of this video, Greg Weisman has stated that he hasn't had any conversations directly with James Gunn. I'm trying not to read too much into this because Gunn is working on a much bigger plan. So I suspect his full 10-year DCU plan will probably be finalized before moving forward or approving any other solo projects. This would make a lot of sense and allow Gunn to put all of his pieces in place before he goes back to the well to dig up things that have absolutely worked in the past and are just being continued. Quite honestly, it's easy to get Young Justice set a sail. He just has to approve his Season 5 and put Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti to work. We know Weisman is ready to go again. It's just a matter of getting that approval and the order from DC Studios. Hopefully, it's not just an order for Season 5. I would love to see them do a 3-season order, even if it meant a lower episode count. A Season 5 through 7, maybe with 12 episodes each, might be what we end up with, and I would actually be okay with that. Now, we also did have one of the editors of the series chime in on Twitter. This was Chris Mertens, and he recently tagged James Gunn in a Young Justice tweet. He made it super clear, along with Greg Weisman, he's ready to edit a Season 5. Now, James unfortunately didn't respond to this tag, but like I said, tons of people have been asking him, and I want to encourage everybody to keep doing that. But make sure you keep it polite, kind, and respectful. I truly cannot figure out how some people think being a jerk will accomplish more for their movement than approaching people with respect and kindness. I know some people are frustrated with some DC lines ending, and I get it, but being nasty about this stuff will never get you what you want, and James Gunn has made it pretty clear they won't cater to those views. Now, as many of you know, we just finished up Young Justice Target, so I really want to encourage you guys to check out the links and get ready for the trade paperback. The trade paperback drops this July, so we have more than 6 months to wait, but we do have the individual issues currently available. One of our sources has indicated that the renewal of the show is really tied to how well the sales to this project do. If the project sells well, we are more likely to get a new season, so buy the books. Buy an issue and then buy the trade, buy a digital version. Just get a couple of dollars out there and show that you absolutely want a Season 5 of Young Justice. We also still are using those hashtags Renew Young Justice Season 5, and Save Earth 16. So keep those flowing and make sure we keep it positive so we can get the renewal I know everybody wants. Now, many of you know we're huge Young Justice fans on this channel, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and don't miss any of the news. Hopefully, we'll have an update very soon. But until we know more, what do you guys think? Do you intend on buying any of the Young Justice Targets books and trade paperbacks? And do you feel like James Gunn using Young Justice as inspiration is a good sign for the future of the show? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.